What's up, everybody? Got another video here for you today. Today we're gonna be looking at spots on the St. Johns River. I know this is a lake that people have been struggling with, and it's a fairly tough lake. It's hard to find spots on here, but when you do, there's usually a lot of fish grouped up when you find these hot spots. So here you can see this first spot. This is pretty much a community hole. Everyone knows about it. But you know, I've still seen a lot of people saying that they aren't being able to catch fish out of here, and hopefully what I show you here will be able to show you how to catch fish in this spot. So basically, you just want to graph around this area until you find a large group of fish, like you can see on my fish finder up top in the top left corner. And then you pretty much just have to cast around until you land on a group of them. You can see when in the underwater camera, you can see these fish swimming around, and they're in a very specific spot. So you really gotta cast around until you can find them. And you know, if you're off by even just a little bit, they won't show up on your camera. So just make sure you do a lot of casting around when you find fish like this on your graph. And there you go. As you can see, we made a few minor adjustments. You know, we switched up baits and just had to cast around. It turned out that they were closer to the boat than I originally thought. They were pretty much right underneath us, but threw a drop shot out there and got bit. So yeah, you pretty much just this spot, you just gotta search around. You gotta make a lot of casts and make sure you let it sink all the way down, and then bring it up from there.
Not gonna set any records with that one.
8 pounds. That's usually one of the smaller fish out of this area, but we'll try and get another one, and then we'll move on to a couple more spots. And then after I found him with the drop shot, I switched back up to the rattle trap, and got bit on the first cast. So it's just a lot of trying different baits and casting to different areas until you land on top of them, and you can find that big school of fish.
You have caught an absolute hydrilla gorilla.
13 pounds. That's more like the fish that are in this area. I fished one of the Bassmaster Opens on the St. John's and was averaging about 65, 66 pounds a day with like 74 pounds on the second day. So you can catch a lot of these here, and this is a good spot once you find them. It's a little tougher to find them here, but when you do, you get pretty much one like this on every cast. Alright, we just pulled up to another spot. This is pretty far downriver, back here in these coves and these creeks. It's just these little creeks right off this channel. It's another hot spot. Some bigger ones will spawn here every once in a while.
Flippity flop, what do you got?
6 pounds. That's one of the smaller ones you'll catch out here, but you know, if you're just looking to go catch some fish, this is another good spot that usually has quite a few in it. And you just go out and catch some fish. Alright, this is the next cove up. It's literally the top cove and the bottom cove and these little 3 or 4 fingers that are right here on the right side. Same thing. It's another school. And like I've said before, just cast around until you find them.
Not gonna set any records with that one, but it's a solid keeper. Cha-chunk, cha-ching.
Like I said, these 2 spots up here aren't really producing the size that the other spot has, but there's a lot of fish here, and if you need to catch some fish, just come here and you can catch 5-6 pounders, and then, you know, there's always a chance of some bigger ones being mixed in. Alright, we just pulled up to the last spot I'm gonna cover today. It's kind of like the first spot that we showed. It's more offshore and deeper water. You can see on the graph there's a ton of fish down there right now. It's right out from these docks and these houses, kind of in between the first spot and the second and third spot that I showed, out here in the main channel. Same thing, cast around, and there's a big group of fish here just like the first spot.
What a finned freak of nature.
And there you have it. 15 pounder. This spot produces just as good as the one out by the main ramp where you start, where you launch from. You know, it's got a lot of fish this size, and it's another good spot with a lot of quality fish on it. Alright guys, thanks again for watching. Last video's done pretty well so far. I had some comments on it. I actually made this video because someone asked for some tips on the St. John's, so hopefully this helps some of you guys out. And if there's anything else that you guys are wanting to see, any lakes you want tips on, anything like that, just comment below, leave a like, and I'll try and get it out for you. So thanks again. See ya.
I came from the mud. There's